Thanks for tuning into Shaw Arts and Entertainment. I'm Curtis Anderson, alongside the guy known only as the Red Paperclip Guy, Kyle MacDonald. I'm reading off this piece of paper because minutes before we went on, I asked the promoters here what this event was actually called. She said, make sure you get it right. I am at the First Sask Credit Union Golden Opportunities Fund Incorporated present Kyle MacDonald, the Red Paperclip Guy. It's quite the title. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good.
How are you enjoying Saskatoon again?
I'm really enjoying it. It's my first time here.
Fantastic. Forget I said.
Listener, first time beer.
Forget I said again then. Okay, you just wrapped up speech here. I guess what was your message for the good people of Golden Opportunities? It seems like you might have a kind of a different message than the message they would be giving. You've kind of taken some more radical, some radical risks than they might have. They might promote.
Sorry, I almost cut you off.
That's okay.
They actually, I gave them a proposal. They should change the uniform to Mexican wrestler t-shirts, and they declined. So I said, oh, let me just come and talk about some random stuff. And I guess it's the same. They want to be thinking outside the bank. That's their message, and I think that's pretty cool. I don't really know what it means, I'll be honest with you, but I get it. And I think they want to do things differently, and I'm obviously doing things in their eye differently, but that could change. Everyone could start trading red paper clips.
Now you've had a very, very busy day talking to all the medias, finishing up with the speech tonight, so I'm going to try to ask you a little bit of different questions that maybe you haven't answered today, but really, really quickly, recap who you are and what you've done.
My name's Kyle MacDonald. I'm originally from Belcarra, BC. I've traded a red paperclip for a house located in Kipling, Saskatchewan, and I did it by 14 consecutive trades for bigger and better things, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what to expect hearing you were going to be a speaker because, like I said, the message kind of seemed a little contrasting than what the Golden Opportunities would promote. But my question to you is, how much harder would this have been if you weren't so darn charismatic? Like, seriously, you're one of the best speakers I've heard. That really surprised me.
Well, you know, I'm constantly driven by the fact that I don't know who these five guys are, and it's one of these things. I'd probably be doing something else. I don't really know. I can't answer that question. I don't think you can actually honestly take yourself that seriously, and I think it could have happened. I think anyone could have pushed this through, but it might have not worked well. I could have been driven by material greed of trying to get to that house or something, and it took a lot of careful maneuvering to make sure that it was very fun along the way for everyone involved, and it just took a lot of work, man. I'll be honest. Like, I kind of pick out the good points, but it did take a full year. So.
Now, let me make sure I got this right. The first trade, the red paperclip for a fish pen, right?
Red paperclip for a fish pen.
What happened to the people who were the recipients of the infamous red paperclip? Do they have some degree of fame now too?
Ronnie and Karina, they are from back east, but they actually live in Whistler now, and I traded with them in Vancouver. I believe the red paperclip is in a little frame on their shelf. They had it just taped to their fridge, and as the story got more well-known, they kind of put it in a frame, and then subsequently lost the frame. They found it later on, but it's the sort of thing where they're not really buying into it too much. It's a paperclip. It's red, like, I'll give you that, but they traded a paperclip for a fish pen, and that's where they kind of got off on the whole hype train. They've had a lot of fun getting notoriety. Karina got flown down to LA to go in 2020, and there's been some fun perks for them, but they're pretty level-headed about the whole thing.
What was the biggest risk you took? We talked about risks before. Did the wheels ever almost come off?
The wheels almost came off when I almost gave up, and I almost gave up on several occasions. And then at certain points, I traded an afternoon with Alice Cooper for a Kiss snow globe, and I didn't really have a guaranteed in writing. There was never any lawyers. It was all handshakes, and I trust you. I'm going to go to Los Angeles and trade that for the role in the movie now, Corbin. And for a week of my life, I kind of was paranoid that Corbin Burnson might die. Like, don't ever wish harm on the man, but like, I was paranoid that, because if he were to go, all the work would have been gone, and I'm kind of joking, not really, but it was until I actually went to Kipling, shook hands with the mayor, Pat Jackson, and watched the Mountie witness the signature to say the house. I was paranoid the entire time, in a fun way, not like freaking out at home, but like constantly wondering how I'm going to pull it off. And I think that's what it took. It's
ironic that at one point you traded a role in a movie, because now it looks like someone may be trying to make a movie about you and your experience. If that does go through, who or what is going to be the antagonist?
I don't know. That's, it's the kind of thing where you can just sit around and boredom could be the antagonist, or you could be procrastinating and come up with an idea like this. I want to find that out. Like, I've got these stories of what went on when I traded, but I want to see someone else's complete, absolute vision cast on this story. I think that's the only way to do it. with all the information about 100 Paperclip out there on the web or in writing and now book, things like that, it's going to be really hard to recreate in a dramatic sense. I think it's going to take a very special scriptwriter or a filmmaker to make this exciting. And I think if they can pull it off, it'd be a lot of fun.
You've had a crazy ride. What is the one moment where you kind of took a step back and was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening? Was it the Alice Cooper on stage blood incident, or?
That was probably the high point of that sort of sensibility. Another one was when I traded with Jody, which was the afternoon in Phoenix. We agreed to the trade. I made the announcement. I hadn't flown to Phoenix yet, and I announced it on my website, and it went haywire. I got like over 1 million people in a couple days, and Good Morning America said, would you like to come down to New York? Come on our show. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, great. Ride will be out in front of your house in an hour. And then the next morning I was on Good Morning America in Times Square. Just sort of, I was like wearing these exact same clothes pretty much. The Ricky shirt was on, but I'm just sitting there on this major talk show saying good morning to America, and that's kind of when I was like, what's going on here? Like I was literally, don't take this the wrong way, I was thinking at the high point, at the very highest I might get on like, community access or something. I was never ever expecting anything, you know? I was sort of like, it's the kind of thing we would probably drive here in the same vehicles. These people in New York were getting like helicoptered in and like going to the source and, you know, like these kind of real like hardcore, grizzled, chiseled out reporters, and I'm like, what am I doing beside these guys? So that was the most weird and unexpected. I still didn't get to shake Al Roker's hand though. That's pretty much all I have to say. We don't know who these guys are yet. I don't know what the point of this is, but I really want to get to the bottom of this mystery.